Last week, 2 death row inmates were executed in the U.S. on the same day, in different states. Let's see who they were. Michael Samra. Michael Samra was executed by the American state of Alabama. He received his lethal injection at 7:14 p.m. on May 16, 2019, at William C. Holman Correctional Facility, in Atmore. His official time of death was 7:33 p.m. Samra was put on death row for the 1997 slayings of 2 adults and 2 children at their Pelham home. He was 19 when he and his co-defendant, then 16-year-old Mark Duke, were charged with killing Mark Duke's father Randy Duke, his fiancée Dedra Mims Hunt, and her 2 daughters, 6-year-old Chalisa Nicole Hunt and 7-year-old Chelsea Marie Hunt. Duke shot and killed his father and Dedra. Then he cut 6-year-old Chalisa's throat, and Samra did the same to Chelsea's, as Duke held her down. Duke also got the death penalty, but his sentence was commuted to life in prison in 2005. The murder plot was Duke's idea after an argument with his father, in which Randy Duke refused to allow his son to use a pickup truck. At 42, after passing more than half of his life on death row, Samra said these last words: "I would like to thank Jesus for everything he's done for me. Thank you for your grace, Jesus. Amen." In his last day alive, he refused breakfast as well as a last meal. Michael Samra was the 2nd execution carried out by the state of Alabama this year and the 6th nationally. Donnie Johnson. 68-year-old Donnie Johnson was also executed by lethal injection on May 16, 2019, at Riverbend Maximum Security Prison in Nashville, and became the first inmate executed by the state of Tennessee this year. He was pronounced dead at 7:37 p.m. Johnson was convicted of first-degree murder in 1985 for killing his wife the year before, in Memphis. He stuffed a plastic bag in her throat. A medical examination also found cuts and bruises on her head and internal bleeding. After the murder, Johnson and his co-worker Ronnie McCoy moved the body of Connie Johnson and leave it in her van in the parking lot of the Mall of Memphis. The next day, on December 9, 1984, Johnson filed a missing person report on his wife with the Covington Police Department. Her body was found the next day. At first, police thought her death was consequence of a robbery. But on December 13, Johnson was charged with murder after a blood-stained handkerchief and set of van keys behind a seat in his pickup truck linked him to the crime. Donnie Johnson spent almost 34 years on death row and initially was sentenced to die in the electric chair. He told the prison staff to give the $20 meal he had right to the homeless, and ate the same as the other inmates. His last words consisted in a long prayer, asking for forgiveness. He also sang 2 hymns. The last words testimonies could hear were, "No more dying here." Thanks for watching, and if you liked, please don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell to be notified of new uploads. See you next video.